Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy Peasy English. I'm really glad you're here today. In this long English listening podcast, we're going to practice everyday English conversation in a calm, simple, and practical way. This episode is designed especially for learners who want to improve their listening skills and speaking confidence by listening to natural English used in daily life. You don't need to take notes. You don't need to memorize grammar rules. All you need to do is listen, relax, and let English slowly become familiar. Many English learners believe that listening is passive, something you do without effort. But listening is actually an active skill. When you listen carefully to everyday English, your brain learns patterns, rhythm, and common expressions. Over time, this helps you speak more naturally. That is why everyday conversation is so powerful. It is real, repeated, and useful. Let's begin with an important mindset. You don't need to understand every word to understand English. Native speakers don't listen word by word. They listen for meaning. When you practice everyday English listening, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is comprehension. Even understanding 60 or 70% is already success. Everyday English is built from simple situations, talking about your day, asking questions, sharing feelings, making small comments. These conversations happen again and again in real life. When you listen to them repeatedly, your brain starts to predict what comes next. This prediction is the beginning of fluency. Now let's talk about how to listen effectively. First, relax your body. Tension blocks understanding. When you feel relaxed, your brain learns better. Second, listen for the main idea, not details. Ask yourself, what is this person talking about? Work? Family? Feelings? Daily routines? Third, notice repeated words and phrases. Everyday English uses the same expressions again and again. This repetition is your friend. Let's imagine a simple daily conversation. Someone says, "How was your day?" This question appears everywhere. In listening practice, you may hear answers like, "It was busy," "It was okay," or "It was tiring but good." These short answers are extremely important. They are building blocks. When you listen to them often, they become automatic when you speak. Now let's talk about a powerful listening strategy called shadow listening. You don't need to speak loudly yet. Just move your lips or whisper while listening. This connects listening with speaking. Your mouth learns the rhythm of English without pressure. Another useful strategy is listening with context. Don't listen to random sentences. Listen to connected ideas. Everyday conversations follow patterns: greeting, sharing, reacting, closing. When you recognize these patterns, understanding becomes easier. Now let's look at a real-life example. Imagine a learner named Alex. Alex studies vocabulary and grammar, but still struggles to understand spoken English. He feels frustrated. Then, he changes his approach. Instead of studying more, he starts listening to everyday English conversations every day. Short, simple, and repeated. After a few weeks, he notices something surprising. He understands more without translating. His brain recognizes phrases, not words. This is the power of listening practice. Let's go deeper into listening problems. Many learners say English sounds too fast, but English is not fast. It is connected. Words blend together. When you listen daily, your ear slowly learns these connections. This takes time. Be patient. Another common problem is self-doubt. Learners think, "I'm bad at listening." But listening is a skill, not a talent. Skills improve with practice. Every minute you listen is training your brain. Now let's connect listening with speaking. Listening is input, speaking is output. You cannot speak well without good input. Everyday listening gives you natural sentence structures. When you speak later, these structures appear automatically. Let's imagine a daily listening routine. In the morning, you listen to English while preparing breakfast. In the afternoon, you listen during a break. In the evening, you listen again before sleeping. You don't study, you absorb. This repetition builds familiarity. Now let's talk about motivation. Motivation often comes after progress, not before. When you listen regularly, you start to notice improvement. You understand more. This makes you want to continue. This creates a positive cycle. Let's talk about emotions. When you enjoy what you listen to, learning becomes easier. That's why everyday topics are effective. They feel safe, familiar, non-threatening. You are not afraid to listen. Another tip is to listen many times to the same content. The first time, you understand little. The second time, more. The third time, much more. This repetition deepens understanding and confidence. Now let's talk about patience again. Listening improvement is slow but powerful. You may not notice daily progress, but weekly and monthly progress is real. Trust the process. As we move toward the later part of this long podcast, I want you to remember something important. You are not behind. You are learning. Every minute you listen, your English brain grows stronger. Listening is not just preparation for speaking. Listening is learning itself. The more you listen, the more natural English becomes. Let English enter your life quietly, without pressure, without fear, just listening. Thank you for spending your time with Easy Peasy English. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, everyday English is enough to build real fluency. Like this video? Subscribe? Comment. How often do you practice English listening?